For banks that provide structured bank statements, the statements can be matched line by line to the transactions recorded in IntelSys. This ensures all transactions are accounted for. This is called reconciliations. Not all banks provide structured statements. Before statements can be uploaded, your IntelSys needs to be configured according to the bank. Contact your IntelSys technician to do this one-time configuration. Note that reconciliations are listed according to the year selected in the main menu, so make sure the correct year is selected in the main menu. Go to the admin page. Click Account. Before reconciliations can be done, first the bank statement needs to be uploaded. Click Bank Statement Upload. There are two-step processes here. First, select the downloaded statement file and click Upload. Once the file has been uploaded, select the uploaded file from this list. Make sure this list is emptied after import to prevent accidental import of older files. Select the bank here. Once the file and bank have been selected, click Import. Weekly upload and import usually works the best. Once successfully uploaded, select the file and click Delete to remove the file from this list. This is strongly recommended to avoid confusion and mistakes in selecting the right file to import later. Go to the admin page. The clinic's banks as saved via add/edit bank will be listed here. Click the bank to go to the reconciliation page. This side of the table will list all the transactions as in the bank statements uploaded. And this side of the table lists the possible and matched transactions from IntelSys. When one IntelSys transaction is matched to one bank transaction, it is termed reconcile, R. When multiple IntelSys transactions are matched to one bank transaction, it is termed partial reconcile, PR. These are the internal IDs for the transactions. Double-clicking this ID will delete the transaction. Hovering on this gray box will show the date and time this statement was uploaded. These are the date and time of the transactions, obtained from the bank statement. These are the transactions details and amounts, obtained from the bank statement. To reconcile one-to-one match, click R to reconcile. Once done, no other possible matches will be listed. To reconcile multiple transactions to one, click PR to reconcile. Once done, other possible matches will still be listed, so multiple matches can be done by clicking PR. Click U to undo the reconciliation. Clicking P will show the criteria box, listing criteria used to list possible transactions from IntelSys. By default, the bank transactions are matched to IntelSys transactions that are dated from 10 days before and 10 days after. For example, if the bank transaction date is June 10, 2020, only IntelSys transactions from June 1, 2020, 10 days before, and June 20, 2020, 10 days after, will be searched for possible matches. This value can be changed if necessary. By default, only IntelSys transactions matching the exact transactions amounts will be listed as possible matches. This is for one-to-one matching, termed reconciliation. If above is selected, IntelSys transactions that are higher than the bank transaction amount will be listed as well. If below is selected, IntelSys transactions that are lower than the bank transaction amount will be listed. Above or below is selected for multiple transactions matching, termed partial reconciliation. E.g., if several IntelSys transactions are matched to one bank transaction or vice versa. The possible matches found for the transactions can be dismissed so that they do not show in the list of possible matches. For any reason, to list back the dismissed matches, select Yes under Show Dismissed. Sometimes, the bank transaction may be a combination of multiple IntelSys transactions, for example if multiple suppliers' invoices were paid at once. It can also be multiple bank transactions matching to one IntelSys transaction, e.g. if panel pays for multiple invoices in one transaction. In both cases, partial reconciliation must be done, so selecting Yes here will list other partially reconciled transactions as possible matches. Let's change amount beyond to above. And click Change to apply. Now for the bank transaction of Rm 8400. Intelsys transactions higher than Rm 8400 are listed as possible matches. Open the criteria box again. And this time select below. And apply the change. Now for the bank transaction amount of Rm 8400. Intelsys transactions with amounts lower than Rm 8400 are listed. Open the criteria box again. Select No for amount beyond. And apply the change. Now only possible matches with transaction amount of Rm 8400 will be listed. In this example, no possible matches were found. Rows appearing in this color indicate that this bank transaction has been reconciled with one Intelsys transaction. Clicking this gray square will show the bank balance at that date. Let's try partial reconciliation, PR. Here select below to list all Intelsys transactions that are lower than the bank transaction. Click Change to apply this criteria. Let's try matching this transaction of Rm 157.09 to the bank transaction of Rm 199.5. Click PR to do a partial reconciliation. Partially reconciled transactions will be bolded in darker gray background. Partial reconciliations can be done again for this bank transaction until the bank transaction amount is reached. Once reached, this transaction will be considered reconciled. To hide irrelevant matches from this list, select the transactions and click Dismiss Selected. This will hide the selected transactions to make the list tidier. Intelsys transactions that are not matched to any bank transactions can be listed via orphan payments. Go to the Reports page. Specify the period. And click Orphan Payments. These are the transactions saved in Intelsys that are not matched to any transactions in the bank statements. The Intelsys transactions that are not reconciled can also be listed via orphan transactions. These are the Intelsys transactions that are not matched/reconciled to the bank transactions. That's it. You're done.